Hey there, Coach G. Today is all about lower body. So we are going to do our three rounds of supersets. We're going to focus on our major muscle groups for our lower legs, and you are definitely going to feel the burn. So if you're warmed up, grab your mat, towel. I've got some resistance bands and a couple of dumbbells, and let's get ready to go. Let's get started. Ready for round one? Here we go. We are starting with a sumo squat. So I'm going to do the first round with a resistance band. Then I'll swap out to a dumbbell, but I want to give you both options depending on what equipment is available to you. So for the resistance band, this is the tricky part. You're going to put your foot into your bands. It's a bit tougher if you've got a resistance band with a handle. The super band seems to work best for this. So we are going to get a nice wide stance here. We're working not just our glutes and our hips, but also our adductors in this one. We're going to drop down and we're going to come up strong for 10. And release. From there, we're moving into a Romanian deadlift, which is a little bit more hip focused. I'm going to stay with the band with this one. I'm now going to put it under my feet, but I'm going to hold the handles. So I want to talk just a little bit about the stance. You're nice and tall, shoulders are back and down, knees are soft. I want you to think there's like a car door. You've got your arms full of groceries, and there's a car door behind you, and you're trying to close it, right? So I'm just pushing, pushing, pushing. Here it goes. All right. Now I'm in my proper position, making sure that my back's engaged. And what I'm focusing on here is keeping my hands very close to my body, standing up tall, pushing those hips forward. And release. So really, you want to think about, when this motion is happening, it's not going up or down, it's staying on that same parallel plane to the ground. So take a quick break here and we'll move into our second set. I'm going to swap out to a dumbbell for this set. But again, it's what's available to you. I know a few years ago when I first started coaching, we had detergent bottles, we had a wide variety of things. Anything that was heavy books, encyclopedias, backpacks full of stuff, whatever you needed to do. So I'm just gonna, have a good grip on my weight. Again, I've got a nice wide stance here. My toes are pointed a little bit more than they are in a narrower squat, but my weight is still on my heels, and I'm gonna push down for 10. And switching. This way this time. I'm just going to hold the weight in both hands. And my knees are always soft. We don't want to lock out our knees here. But make sure our toes are pointing forward and our feet are even. Soft knees. Get that back. And up. and break. A trainer friend of mine says the best cue she gives for Romanian deadlift is, it's just like shaving your legs. Everything's very, very close to the body. So grab a quick break here. Get yourself a drink of water if you need. Shouldn't be too sweaty yet, so we're not quite ready to towel off. You're going to do the third set again in resistance band so you get a really good illustration of what that's like. So again, super band, you can choose how thick your super band is. I recommend if you're just getting back into fitness, restarting or starting, that you go with quite a light one. The weight will come. But you can see right at the top here, I've got quite a bit of resistance on my band. And if I position my legs properly, I'm still going to have a bit of resistance at the bottom. It's the beauty of working with a resistance band. You ready? Here we go for 10. Focusing on exhaling on the way up. Getting down as low as you can. And swapping your position on your resistance band. My feet are about shoulder width apart here. Again, you can change how much resistance you've got by taking your legs a little bit wider. Just make sure that it's even on both sides. And to do that, I kind of stand up and I gauge it, right? So knees are soft, pushing that car door shut. And here we go for 10. Ready? Nice work. All right. Round one is done, or actually our first 3 rounds of our first set is done. So we are now going to take a quick break. I'm going to get reset for round 2. Grab a drink of water, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I want you to meet me on the mat for this round. We are going to be working on our glute bridges. They're a bit tricky to do well, so we're going to work through the mechanics of it, and then we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a challenge at the end of each paired exercise. So I want you to lay on your mat. I want you to make sure that that lower back is pushed in. That's really, really important. I don't want you arching or compensating with your back. If you need the exercise to be a little less challenging, I won't say easier, because it's always tough. You can take your feet a bit further away. The closer your feet are to your heels are to your glutes, the more challenging this is going to be. So normally we just push up. You can feel that stretch in your hip flexors. You've got a bit of engagement in the glute and in the core. I am not arching or rounding my back here. That's a traditional glute bridge. We are going to do something a little bit different today, and we're going to do a march. So you can put your hands out on the side for balance. I want you to get up into that position, and I want you to march for 10. Don't drop yet. Now I want you to pulse for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you can drop. Did you feel the burn there? Feel a little bit of activation going on here if you're doing it right. Okay, we're going to take just a breath here. Now we're going to move into our next set of this round. Again, hands can be up for balance, whatever you need, but you just want to keep that nice, firm line, basically from your rib cage right through to your knees. So You ready? Get into position. Up nice and strong. That's where I want you to stay. Here we go for 10. Hang on here for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And drop. I know, those pulses at the end are a bit of a killer. And it's a micro movement. I'm moving maybe about this much. I'm really not moving very much at all. Last time. You've got this. Think about, as you're bringing that knee up, that it's almost like, drawing towards your chest. And see maybe if you can get a little bit farther this time. Ready? We're up. Here we go. And you know it's coming. Pulse. Hold, hold, hold. Drop. And come up. Nicely done. Do you know we've only got one set of exercises to go? These exercises are speeding by today, but I know I'm feeling it, in this upper lower body area. So take a minute, catch your breath, grab your water, get yourself reset. Again, if you're feeling a bit of a burn, there's always this feeling like you want to stretch it out. I don't want you to do any static stretching until after your workout. That's the time for cool down. That's the time to release that lactic acid. You risk injury if you start doing that. If you want to move and do some dynamic stretching, maybe things are kind of bothering you, hamstring scoop is a good thing, but you're moving, right? So move around, give yourself a minute here. We're going to get it set up for our third set of exercises, and I'll see you in a minute. Ready for our last superset? I'm going to show you the body weight versions of these exercises to start. Then I'm going to move into the dumbbell exercises. So your first exercise, these are compound movements, which means that we are adding more muscle groups into the exercises. That makes it a little more challenging, especially at the end of the workout when we're getting fatigued. So it's really important that form is key here, right? We don't want any injuries. Plus, we're also going to move in a couple of different planes of motion, and that is to challenge ourselves because we are not robots. We do not move in one plane of motion. So we're going to start with our lateral lunge, which is a side lunge into an overhead press. And here we go for 10. So dropping, coming up, press. Sitting back in that squat, and pushing off with that outer leg. Reset at the top before you go into your press. Ten. Make sure you get yourself enough room to go to the other side. And here we go this way. Ready? And maybe you don't get as far into your squat today. And that's okay. It's progress, not perfection. Focus on getting just 1% better each week. Think of where you'd be in a month. Think about where you'll be in 3 months. And trust me, you'll be unrecognizable in a year. So that's our lateral lunge to overhead press. Give ourselves just a second to recover here. And we're going to go into our next exercise, which is our forward lunge with a chest press. Again, now we're moving forward. So we're going to take that step out, drop our knee, push forward, pull back, up. Keeping our weight in our front foot. All right, give your legs a little shake. And here we go with the other side. I told you you'd feel the burn in this one. Ready? Here we go. Sometimes the coordination is hard to remember. Step, drop, push, pull, up. Step, drop, push, pull, up. Last one, let's see if I can remember now. There we go. So, we're also challenging our brain when we're doing our compound exercises, right? So there were like 5 different movements right in that exercise. So it can be a bit challenging. Okay, we're going to take a minute here and grab a sip of water. Again, just keep moving. When you come back for our next set, we're going to work on the dumbbell variations. You feel free to stay with body weight if that's where you are today, but I'll meet you back here in a minute. Ready for your second set? Now, I'm adding a dumbbell this time. Again, you can stay with body weight or maybe just a light hand weight. It doesn't have to be heavy because we are challenging our balance. We are challenging, our core. Almost every muscle group in our body is being challenged through these next 2 exercises. So you pick a weight that you can maintain form. You're going to feel fatigued after those 10 reps. If you're ready, here we go. So our first exercise is a lateral lunge to an overhead press. So I want your feet nice and firmly grounded, soft knees. Hand is in the opposite hand to the leg that's moving, right? So we're going down for lateral lunge, coming back, overhead press for a 10. It's important for us to move in different planes of motion because we don't walk like robots. We're moving, we're twisting, we're turning. Sorry, I lost count there for a second. 8, 9, 10. Next round, I'll show you a modification for this, just in case this is a bit too challenging for you. Ready? Going on the other side. So flat lunge first, think about that. Coming back, press. Okay, moving into our next exercise, which is a forward lunge to a chest press. I've got that same dumbbell in my hands. I'm going to drop into my forward lunge, push the weight out, come back, up. Take a second here. Whew. This is a good one. All right. And again, for the next round, I'm going to show you a body weight version of it. And actually, when I edit the video, I'm probably going to flip them around so you can see the body weight first. All right. Whew. And here we go. Up. Again, nice soft knees. Here we go. Okay, one round left to go. Take a quick drink, towel off, and zip right back here, and we're going to finish. We have 2 exercises left. I'm going to stay with the dumbbell variation. Again, if you need the body weight, please go ahead and use that. You can increase. We'll always progress together. So if you're ready, here we go. Now we're going to switch to the other side. Ready? Moving into our forward lunge with chest press. Forward leg is doing the work here. And moving to the other side. And you're done. This was a tough one, and you're gonna feel this. That, that tight, achy, sore feeling is because lactic acid has built up in your muscles. One of the ways to, lessen that and alleviate it is stretching. So I'm going to add a video that is specifically a lower body cool down. And when this workout is done, I want you to flip over to that workout and do that. That's going to help to alleviate some of the soreness. You've maybe worked muscles you haven't worked for a while, so this is going to be a bit of a rude awakening. Anyways, well done. Congratulate yourself for showing up today. We've done 8 different workouts so far this month, and we're just going to keep getting stronger, and we're just going to be more confident and secure in how we look and how we feel and how we can attack the day. So go after your goals, and I'll see you at the next workout.